Hi, fam, and welcome back to the Taste and Bloom Kitchen. And happy New Year to everyone watching me. Thank you so much for the support in 2023. Please continue to support me this 2024 and beyond. We are starting the year on a simple note with this very easy corned beef jollof rice. Let's get started. So I have a bit of oil heating up in my saucepan. I'm going to go ahead and add an egg to my corned beef and then mix it up and then go ahead and fry. So if you've worked with corned beef before or you love corned beef in your jollof, you know that it tends to disappear in the jollof once it's done. Even in other recipes as well, that's how corned beef behaves, okay? So with adding the egg, my aim was to create a bit of crust, a light crust around the corned beef so that when I mix it into the jollof, it doesn't disappear totally. Another option is also to make it into balls and then fry before adding it to your jollof. But then you would have to add something like breadcrumbs to make it compact, if that makes sense. Yes, before frying. I could have just dumped the whole of the corned beef mixed with the egg into the frying pan, okay? Because when I decided to flip them, you realize that it was tearing apart anyway. So it didn't really make a difference. But I still got the light crust on the outer portions of the corned beef. If this is your first time here, hello and a warm welcome to my channel. Please consider subscribing and joining this amazing blooming family. Also, please turn on the notification bell so that every time I post a new video, you'll be among the first people to be notified by YouTube. And if you've watched me till this end, I want to believe you're enjoying what you're watching. So please consider giving me a thumbs up. And when you're done watching the video, leave a comment down below and share as well. Now my corned beef is done. I'm going to take it out of the oil. And in the same frying pan, I'm going ahead to add some chopped onions. So I'll sweat the onions for about 3 minutes so that it releases all the sweetness into the oil. And as well, I'm scraping the bottom of the saucepan so that all the juices from the corned beef will also enter, okay? I went ahead to add in some bay leaves and curry powder at this point and then gave it a good mix. And in went my blended ginger and garlic with onions, of course, and I'll give it a good mix and then allow it to stew for a good 15 to 20 minutes. So this is the point where your jollof stew or jollof base pops, okay? Make sure that your onions are cooked very well. So as you can tell, the onions have simmered down beautifully, and then I'll go ahead and add in my tomato paste. Let me take this breather to say a very big thank you to my returning subscribers. You guys have been amazing in 2023. Please continue to support me this year as well. Once the tomato paste goes in, we are going to give the base about 7 to 10 minutes while continuously stirring to avoid any burning, okay? And then by that time, our tomato paste would have lost its sourness, and then we can continue to add in our fresh tomatoes. If you've been on this channel for some time, you know that we don't eat much pepper at home. So I usually blend my tomatoes with the pepper, okay? So that's what I've added to the base. And then I went in with some chicken stock I had in the fridge. So up until this point, you realize that I had not added any salt as well. So the chicken stock had all the seasoning that I would need. But I corrected just with a little amount of salt when the stew simmered down a bit. And as you can see, the oil has settled on top. I went in with my washed rice and then stirred it in. So let me tell you something at this point. This was a new brand of rice I was trying, okay? So I didn't want to disgrace myself because when it comes to jollof, anything can happen. So I just used the stew to cook the rice. And it will amaze you to know that I did not add any water. I repeat, any water up until the very moments where the rice was cooked for about 70% or 80%, if I may say. And even that, it was just about, I would say, a quarter cup of water that I added. And then my jollof was looking good. So if you know how I cook jollof now, you know that I do not add water from the beginning, but I toast the rice till the stew goes into all of it properly. And then the grains single themselves out. So this is the water I mentioned earlier. It's just about a quarter cup, like I said. So I fluffed the rice up, covered with my parchment paper, and then added my lid. On low heat, allowed the jollof rice to cook till it was done. So at this point, I'm adding my corned beef, and then I'll give it a good mix, cover again, and give it about 3 minutes so that all the flavors will marry each other. And then I'll enjoy it basically, or my family and I will enjoy it. We had this corned beef jollof rice, Ghana jollof rice, okay, with some meatballs. I'll share the recipe for the meatballs in my next video, so do expect it. And it was so good, trust me. So I hope you're inspired to try this recipe. It's the beginning of a new year, and I hope you will enjoy this one with all the blessings that it comes with. And try my amazing recipes, okay, and help the family grow in 2024. It's been a pleasure coming your way again with this very delicious but simple corned beef jollof rice recipe. And until I see you again in my next video, keep blooming.